distinguished guests, family and friends. Good morning and welcome. I'm Lieutenant Commander Timothy Milas, the Executive Officer of the Royal Australian Navy's Recruit School. On behalf of the Commanding Officer, Commander Ben McGrath, welcome to Recruit School, the home of recruit training, and welcome to the graduation ceremony of General Entry 436, Rogers Division. And welcome to the Victorian winter. For all those visiting Recruit School, please feel free to use our facilities. In case of an emergency, please follow the directions of staff. The reviewing officer for this morning's ceremony is Head of Military Personnel, Rear Admiral Letitia Van Stralen, AM CSC RAN. Rear Admiral Van Stralen was born in Katoomba, New South Wales, and was educated in northern New South Wales and Queensland. She completed a Bachelor of Law at University of Queensland of Technology in 1994 and joined the Royal Australian Navy in 1995. Despite having legal qualifications, Rear Admiral Van Stralen joined the Navy as a maritime warfare officer to gain a broader Navy experience. Her seagoing postings including HMAS ships Tobruk, Darwin, Newcastle and Brisbane. After completing postings as an Officer of the Watch, Assistant Principal Warfare Officer, an Intelligence Officer and Training Officer, Rear Admiral Van Stralen gained her Graduate Diploma of Legal Practice and was admitted as a lawyer in New South Wales. Rear Admiral Van Stralen transferred to the Navy Legal Service in 2003 and performed various legal roles in the ADF Warfare Centre and Headquarters Joint Operations Command before deploying to the Persian Gulf as a legal officer for Command Task Force 158 in 2006. Rear Admiral Van Stralen undertook further legal proceedings as a Deputy Fleet Legal Officer and Maritime Lawyer in HQ JOC. In 2010, Rear Admiral Van Stralen assumed the role of Fleet Legal Officer at Fleet Headquarters and was awarded a Conspicuous Service Cross. Subsequently, Rear Admiral Van Stralen was appointed as the Executive Officer of HMAS Creswell in 2013. She returned to the legal role in 2015 when posted as a Director Legal HQ JOC. Rear Admiral Van Stralen was appointed as the Chief of Staff to the Chief of Navy in December 2016, working for both Vice Admiral Barrett and Vice Admiral Noonan in a 2-year period. Rear Admiral Van Stralen was subsequently appointed as the Director Navy People and Career Management Agency in October 2018. In 2021, Rear Admiral Van Stralen completed the Defence Strategic Studies course at the Australian War College and later assumed the role of Chief of Staff, Australian Defence College. She became a member of the Order of Australia in 2022 and was promoted to Commodore, serving as the Chief of Staff, Navy Headquarters until October 2023. On the 17th of October 2023, Rear Admiral Van Stralen commenced her tenure as Director General, Navy People. In December 2024, Rear Admiral Van Stralen was promoted to Rear Admiral and commenced her new position as Head of Military Personnel. Rear Admiral Van Stralen is married to Aaron, a former Army member, and they have a daughter, Zara. The family home is on the south coast and she enjoys travel, boxing, fitness and time with her family. We are privileged to have Rear Admiral Van Stralen here this morning as our reviewing officer. Family and friends, each Recruit School Division is named after an esteemed member of the Royal Australian Navy. Rogers Division is named after Chief Petty Officer Jonathan Rogers. Jonathan was born in Wales and joined the Royal Navy at the age of 18. As a young sailor, Buck, as he was affectionately known, spent most of World War II at sea in coastal vessels. He was promoted to Petty Officer in 1943. Buck was awarded the Distinguished Service Medal for his coolness and leadership under enemy fire during action off Dunkirk on the night of 23rd of May 1944. Rogers discharged from the Royal Navy in January 1946. 4 years later, Rogers joined the Royal Australian Navy and his wife and 4 children immigrated to Australia. In January 1963, Buck Rogers joined the destroyer HMAS Voyager. On 10th of February 1964, Voyager took part in exercises with the aircraft carrier HMAS Melbourne off the coast of New South Wales. That evening, Rogers presided over a game of tombola being played by about 60 men in the ship's forward cafeteria. At 8:56 p.m, 20 nautical miles southeast of Jervis Bay, Voyager collided with Melbourne and was cut in two. Voyager's severed forward section immediately heeled sharply, water began pouring into the cafeteria, and within another 5 minutes, Voyager had sunk. Sailors who escaped from the cafeteria told how Buck Rogers, making no attempt to save himself, took charge of the situation. Rogers calmed terrified shipmates, attempted to control the flooding, tried to free a jammed escape hatch with a length of pipe and a spanner, and organised men to move into other compartments with functioning emergency exits. When it was obvious that some of his shipmates would not get out in time, he led them in prayer and a hymn, encouraging them to meet death beside him with dignity and honour. Chief Petty Officer Rogers was one of 82 men who died in the tragic collision. He was posthumously awarded the George Cross, the award for acts of the most conspicuous courage in circumstances of extreme danger. Chief Petty Officer Rogers' heroism and remarkable leadership is remembered by the graduating class today. Today's graduating intake consists of 115 recruits and is the 26th Rogers Division. The graduation parade will comprise of 2 components. The first consists of the arrival of the reviewing officer, welcome to country, an inspection of the division, speeches and the march past. The second component will be when the recruits receive their awards and certificates, marking the completion of the graduation ceremony. Rogers Division has spent the past 10 weeks completing the new entry sailor course. They have learnt to work together as a team. They've learnt how to march and how safely handle weapons and how to survive at sea in the case of emergency. They've embraced our defence values of service, courage, respect, integrity and excellence. I can assure you from the people I saw getting off the bus for day one, they have grown and accomplished more than they ever thought they could. Yes, there have been tears. Yes, there have been injuries. And yes, there have been fleeting moments of doubt. However, they've risen above all these challenges and proven that they have what it takes to be a sailor in the Royal Australian Navy. Distinguished guests, family and friends, the moment you've all been waiting for, General Entry 436, Rogers Division. Grade Commander.
March on the Australian White Ensign! Graduating Division and bang!
Head of Military Personnel, Rear Admiral Letitia Van Stralen, AM, CSC, REN. Former Senior Naval Officer Victoria, Commodore Gregory York, AM, CSC, REN, retired. Commanding Officer HMA Cerberus, Captain Ben Favell, CSC, REN. Regimental Sergeant Major, Warrant Officer Class 1, Glenn Donaldson, OAM. Command Warrant Officer, RAM Recruit School, Warrant Officer Ray Beasy, CSC, OAM, CSM. And Command Warrant Officer, HMA Cerberus, Warrant Officer Dale Lovell. Governors of the Shrine of Remembrance, members and guests of the HMA Sydney Associations, Vietnam Veterans Associations, Naval Associations of Australia, Bunurong Custodian, other distinguished guests, and family and friends of our graduating recruits and staff. Good morning. I am Commander Ben McGrath, and I have the honour and the privilege of commanding the Royal Australian Navy Recruit School. It is my great pleasure to welcome you as we celebrate the graduation of General Entry 436 Rogers Division. Standing in front of us on parade, looking every bit the sailors that they become today. To the family and friends of the graduating recruits, we are delighted to share this important milestone with you. A graduation parade is a significant milestone in every sailor's career, and one I know these recruits will never forget. Naval service demands a lot from its people, and we rely heavily on the ongoing support of our family and friends to effectively complete our missions. To all of the family and friends who are here today, and to those who are watching from home, thank you. Thank you for your unwavering support and encouragement on their journey so far. I would like to extend to you all a warm welcome to the Naval family. The Royal Australian Navy Recruit School had its beginnings in 1912 when the clipper ship Sir Broughan was commissioned in Sydney as the boys' training ship HMAS Tingira. Recruits for the Royal Australian Navy were trained exclusively on board Tingira until 1925, when our school was established right here at HMAS Cerberus. Since then, a lot has changed, but many things have not. The qualities of the fine Australian people who have aspired to be professional sailors in the REN over this period has been nothing less than exceptional. And the recruits that stand before us today are exemplars of this. They are the future of our Navy. Their professionalism and values have developed throughout their time at Recruit School, and they are now ready to become professional sailors in the Royal Australian Navy. Distinguished guests, family and friends, the class of General Entry 436 commenced their training on the 7th of April 2025. The journey they commenced on that day has had its ups and downs. However, in spite of the many challenges they have faced, they have met our expectations for ADF values and behaviours, fitness, knowledge, discipline, teamwork and attitude. They arrived as civilians and today they become sailors in the Royal Australian Navy. Here to see the graduates on parade, we are honoured to have Rear Admiral Letitia Van Stralen, AMCSC REN, as the reviewing officer. It is my privilege to welcome you here today, ma'am. I would now like to invite the local Bunurong Elder, Mark Brown, to conduct a welcome to country.
Good morning. I am Uncle Mark Brown, and I'm an Elder and Senior Cultural Heritage Officer of the Bunurong people. I'm a Gunditj Mara man on my mother's side, and I'm a Bunurong man on my father's side. And today, I'm here to welcome everybody to my father's country. Beautiful Bunurong country. But before we do that, as always, we take a moment, we pay our acknowledgements, and we pay our respects. We pay our respects to all of my ancestors. We pay our respects to all of my elders. and we pay our respects to all of my community members, past, present, and emerging. And we acknowledge the continuous and unbroken connection to country for the Bunurong people. We also pay acknowledgements and respects to all traditional custodians of Australia, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander. And we pay acknowledgements and respects to all of my Indigenous brothers and sisters from around the world who work, rest, live or play on Bunurong country. We acknowledge their continuous and unbroken connection to country for all of their people. And we thank each and every single one of them for being here with us. But today, on the sacred lands of the Bunurong people, we all gather in the spirit of respect, unity, and reconciliation. And this welcome is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to honour and respect the deep cultural heritage of the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nations, whose elders and community members have generously looked after these lands for countless generations. My people have a deep spiritual connection to these lands, encompassing all of our rivers, our mountains, our coastal areas, and all of our beautiful bushlands that surround us today. Our traditional territory spans from the Werribee River in the west and moves to Diggers Rest in the north. We follow it across to the Dandenong Ranges, the Yarra Valleys, and down to Wilson's Prom. We encompass the top end of Tasmania, which we share with the beautiful Palawa people. French, Phillip, King and Flinders Islands are also ours. And these are the traditional lands and territories of the Bunurong people that I welcome everybody to today. And as I said, we have a deep spiritual connection to our lands. And we have a strong cultural identity tied to our ancestral plains. All of our stories, our traditions, our language, our culture, and Bunjil's law are interwoven with the very fabrics of the soils that surround us, reflecting my people's profound knowledge, wisdoms, and ongoing custodianships to all of our ancient lands. And as we gather here today, we recognise that this welcome is a part of our shared journey. It's a shared journey of reconciliation, and it's a shared journey of understanding. And by acknowledging and encompassing the deep ritual heritage of the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nations, we strive to foster mutual respect, cultural exchange, and a celebration of diversities. And so on behalf of all those gathered here today, I extend my heartfelt welcome. May our time together be filled with reverence, learning, and a renewed commitment to honouring and cherishing the Bunurong people, our traditions, our language, our culture, and our law. But more importantly, honouring and cherishing the sacred lands on which we stand. So Wominjenka, Wominjenka Balakiaka, Ngata Bunurong Balak Big Big, Turunga Murumbina. And welcome. We all come with purpose to beautiful Bunurong country. Please walk her with soft feet and very, very open hearts.
Division, home.
And ho!
Show the Australian white ensign. Right, sir.
And ready!
Division, general salute. Present arms. Division, home.
Rogers Division for your inspection, man. 115 on parade. Lieutenant Borden reporting. Aye, aye, ma'am.
Guard Commander, reform the division.
Division, halt!
And
Division,
ho!
close order, march! Division, form 3, ranks! Division, center, dress! Division, stand at ease.
Commanding Officer, RAN Recruit School, Commander Ben McGrath, RAN. Former Senior Naval Officer Victoria, Commodore Gregory York, AMCSC, RAN, retired. Commanding Officer, HMAS Cerberus, Captain Ben Favell, CSC, RAN. Command Warrant Officer, RAN Recruit School, Warrant Officer Ray Beasy, CSC, OAM, CSM. Regimental Sergeant Major, Warrant Officer Class 1, Glenn Donaldson, OAM. Command Warrant Officer, HMAS Cerberus, Warrant Officer Dale Lovell. I acknowledge country and pay my respects to the thousands of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders who have served our nation during times of peace and war. Graduating sailors, distinguished guests, HMAS Cerberus, recruit school staff, and the family and friends of General Entry Class 436, good morning and welcome. It is an honour to be here this morning to review the graduation parade for General Entry 436, Rogers Division. I warmly welcome the family and friends who have been able to attend in person and those joining us via the live stream. While it is unfortunate that not everyone can be with us in person today, I believe I can speak for the recruits in saying that no matter where you are, your love and support has and will continue to be very important to all of them. Families and friends, please never underestimate how much your collective belief in your sailor throughout their careers means to them. Our Navy will always be grateful for your continued support, guidance and love, and we welcome each and every one of you to our Navy family. Rogers Division recognises the services and sacrifice of its namesake, Chief Petty Officer Jonathan Buck Rogers, an honoured member of the Royal Australian Navy who made the ultimate sacrifice for his shipmates and nation. By now, the recruits of Rogers Division will know the story of Buck's heroics and sacrifice well. I sincerely hope that no one ever again has to make the sacrifice that Buck made in service to the nation. But I also hope that all of you on parade before me today demonstrate the courage, leadership, selflessness that of Chief Petty Officer Jonathan Buck Rogers did every day as you go about your duties. Today's ceremony is a deliberate milestone in your career. It is a time to recognise what you have achieved in a short period of time as you have transitioned from civilian life to military life. It is also a celebration of what the future holds and your place in the future. You are now a part of the legacy that began all those years ago when the Royal Australian Navy Recruit School began. You have a shared experience with your fellow classmates, a bond that will last throughout your careers and indeed your lives. In our Navy, you get the opportunity to work with great people every day, do meaningful work that makes a difference. For you, this is just the beginning. The ADF has deployed. It's deployed and will continue to be deployed all over the world. You will be mariners, technicians, diplomats, trainers, partners, and humanitarians. In whatever role you serve, you must never lose your compassion for life and humanity. Those of us who have been called upon to apply lethal force upon a combatant in the defence of our nation and interests must approach that grave responsibility with compassion and humanity. To do otherwise is to betray the trust of our fellow Australians. The Royal Australian Navy is procuring new ships, submarines, aircraft and systems that will elevate our fighting capability to a level not seen before in the Australian Defence Force. This will happen quickly and you will be an essential part of that transition. But equipment and systems are just steel and microchips. For our impressive capabilities to be fully realised, we are substantially growing our workforce over the long term. You, your shipmates already in the fleet, and those who will follow you here are critical to delivering the warfighting effects of our future equipment and systems. You are the future leaders of the Navy as leading seamen, petty officers and potential officers who will bring these capabilities not just into service, but bringing them to life. It is you, the values that you have developed at Recruit School and will continue to refine over your career, that will ensure our Navy can rise to any challenge. It is you who will train our future forces. Some of you may even return here as staff. But most importantly, it is your passion, expertise, and determination that will ensure our capabilities are ready to fight and win at sea. I want to leave you with 3 key messages. First and foremost, strive for your best, no matter what the task. The work we do in the Navy, at sea and ashore, is rarely easy, often demanding and potentially dangerous. You'll be well trained and well prepared to meet these challenges. But to achieve its success in any mission, the whole team needs to do their best. You are now part of that team. And your shipmates and your Navy will be relying on you relentlessly to pursue that mastery. Secondly, maintain balance in your lives. Enjoy yourselves. You have just begun the journey of a lifetime. Your personal lives will evolve through many of your usual happy and tragic milestones we all experience. You will have experiences in our Navy that you have never dreamed of. You will learn new things about yourself every day, and soon you'll have the privilege of leading other sailors. With a positive attitude, you can make the best out of any situation. Grow as an individual, be fulfilled, and importantly, positively influence all those you work and serve with. Look after yourselves physically and mentally. As you climb your own ladder of life, often in an unsteady, uncertain sea state, stay balanced. Finally, be proud of what you do. The Royal Australian Navy has provided over 124 years of service to our nation and is highly regarded for its professionalism, effectiveness, and reliability. Today, you become a custodian of a hard-fought reputation and a legacy that matters. Today, you have stopped being a recruit and become a sailor. Today, you become part of our Navy's present and future. No matter how long you serve in our Navy, no matter what you do in the future when somebody asks what you did in your life, you will be able to proudly declare, I have served in the Royal Australian Navy. You will now commit to the ADF values before your family and friends, your shipmates, and your Recruit School staff. Repeat after me. Service. Service. Courage. Courage. Respect. Respect. Integrity. Integrity. Excellence. Excellence. Now that you have committed to the ADF values, you must not only uphold them, but you must protect them throughout your career in the Navy. Your commitment to them does not end each day when you take your uniform off. You must live by these values on duty and off duty, in uniform and out of it, at sea and ashore. Your shipmates, your Navy and your nation expect nothing less. Bravo Zulu, Rogers Division, and welcome aboard.
Division, home. Division, center, dress.
Division reform, command request permission to carry on with the march past.
Carry on with the march past.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Division will move to left in column of route. Left, turn.
Platoon! Halt!
Division! Inward! Turn! Division! Sector! Dress!
And ready!
Division will advance and review order. By the center. Quick! Division! Halt! Division! Center! Dress!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please be upstanding for the Australian national anthem.
And ready!
Division! General salute! Present arms!
Australians, oh let us rejoice, oh come on and free. We gold and soul and wealth return, our home is at life's end. America bounds in nature's gates, oh beauty rush and run. In history's page let every state have found some strength and good. In joyful strength and let us sing, and find some strength and
Division! Halt!
Please be seated.
March past complete, man. Request permission to retire the division.
Retire the division.
Aye, aye, man.
And ready!
Division will retire in column of group. Right turn!
while the graduating division are stowing their weapons, please enjoy this iconic parade piece performed by the Royal Australian Navy Band, Melbourne.
And ready! March on the graduating division by classes. And ready. Far to the left. Quick. Division Center, dress. Division eyes, front.
Rogers Division formed by classes for your dress and award ceremony, sir. Aye, sir.
Division stand at A.
Distinguished guests, family and friends, today's musical accompaniment has been proudly provided by the Royal Australian Navy Band's Melbourne Detachment under the direction of Band Director Lieutenant Commander Nathaniel Maxwell, REN, and Drum Major PO Raymond Dowler. Please join me in showing your appreciation for their superb performance today. Now that the graduating division has returned to the parade ground, I would like to take a moment to thank the members of staff who have had the primary responsibility for the training, morale, welfare and discipline of Rogers Division. Their professional backgrounds span across a vast range of categories of the Royal Australian Navy, including Maritime Warfare Officer, Bosun, Combat Systems Supervisor, Combat Systems Operator, Marine Technician, Maritime Logistics Support Operations, Maritime Logistics Supply Chain, Electronics Technician and Navy Intelligence Sailor. Their common competence is in leadership. They have my trust and are all individuals who personify the values and behaviours of the Australian Defence Force. They are Lieutenant Georgia Forden, REN, Chief Petty Officer Jake Childs, Petty Officer Josh Cole, Leading Seaman Mason Brimfield Gavin, Leading Seaman Corey Duggan, Leading Seaman Tyler Itchens, Leading Seaman Katura Lazaro, Leading Seaman Nicholas McEwen, Leading Seaman Kate Murphy, Leading Seaman Eloise Rogowski, Leading Seaman Renee Schutz, Leading Seaman Ruben Villas, and Able Seaman Gabrielle Yancikowicz. I'd also like to acknowledge the efforts of all recruit school staff. I want to thank you for everything you do. Thank you for your good humour, your resilience, your patience and your adaptability in the most trying of circumstances and the incredible support that you give me every single day. You all play a pivotal role in shaping our Navy's future, and our newest sailors standing on parade are exemplars of this. Thank you also to the family and friends of recruit school staff. We who serve here are fortunate to know that our work makes a difference to the future success of our Navy. Our roles are demanding, and without the support, patience and understanding of those closest to us, we would not be able to do our important work. Thank you. Distinguished guests, family and friends, I'm now delighted to present the awards for GE 436 Rogers Division. Rogers Division, you have worked hard as individuals, as teams and as a division over the last 10 weeks to meet the standards necessary to be sailors and graduate today. I am so proud of what you have achieved, and I can tell that your family and friends are just as proud, but above all, you should be proud of yourselves and how far you have come since walking through the doors of recruit school. Some of you have achieved particularly outstanding results during your training, as the following prizes acknowledge. I would like to invite Petty Officer Christina Strickland, a weapons instructor from the REN Recruit School Weapons and Ceremonial Team, and Mr. Gary Taylor, OEM, member of the HMA Sydney Association of Victoria, to present the Top Shot of the Intake Trophy. The Top Shot Trophy is presented to the best shot of the intake during the conduct of basic Steyr rifle training. With a score of 192 out of a possible 204, the Top Shot Trophy for GE 436 goes to Recruit Marine Technician Electrical, Bella Major. Recruit Major joined the Navy from Maroochydore, Queensland, and after graduating today will remain at HMA Cerberus to undertake her category training. Thank you, Christine and Gary, and congratulations once again, Recruit Major. I would now like to invite leading seaman physical training instructor Francis Stewart and Mr Hayden Whitfield, HMA Sydney Association Vice President, to present the Sportsperson of the Intake Award. The Sportsperson of the Intake Award is awarded to the recruit who has demonstrated the highest level of achievement during physical training. This recruit is a highly capable and enthusiastic individual who has excelled during all physical pursuits. The award for GE 436 goes to recruit ATA Mackenzie Boundy.
Sir.
Recruit Boundy joined the Navy from Adelaide, South Australia, and after graduating today will remain at HMA Cerberus for a short course before posting to RAF Wagga to undertake his category training. Thank you, Francis and Hayden, and congratulations once again, Recruit Boundy. I would now like to invite Warrant Officer Dale Lovell, Command Warrant Officer, HMA Cerberus, and Mrs Joanna Westhorpe, President of the Ex-Women's Royal Australian Naval Service Victoria, to present the Academic Excellence Award. The award for Academic Excellence is awarded for the highest aggregate marks in formally examined subjects. The academic ducks for GE 436 goes to recruit Aurelia Costigan. Recruit Costigan achieved an average score of 96% on all summative assessments over the 10-week course. Recruit Costigan enlisted from Cairns, Queensland, and after graduating today will continue on the Gap Year program before potentially choosing a role within the Navy. Thank you, Dale and Joanna, and congratulations once again, Recruit Costigan. I would now like to invite Warrant Officer Ray Beasy, CSC, OAM, CSM, Command Warrant Officer, RAM Recruit School, and Mr Sean Derrick, President of the Naval Association of Victoria, to present the Warrant Officer of Navy Excellence Award. The Warrant Officer Navy Excellence Award is presented to a recruit to recognise their efforts in living by ADF values and behaviours. The Warrant Officer Navy Excellence Award for GE 436 is presented to recruit GX Crystal Alfecki.
Sir.
Recruit Olaf Key, enlisted from Albury, New South Wales, and after graduating today will continue on the Gap Year program before potentially choosing a role within the Navy. Thank you, Ray and Sean, and congratulations once again, recruit Ofeki. I would now like to invite Commodore Gregory York, AM CSE, REN retired, ex-Senior Naval Officer Victoria, and Lieutenant Commander Jan Gallagher, REN retired, Governor of the Shrine of Remembrance, to present the Leadership Potential Award. The Leadership Potential Award goes to a recruit who has consistently demonstrated strength of character, sense of duty, enthusiasm, a professional attitude and willingness to take responsibility. These qualities clearly illustrate leadership potential, and the award recipient for GE 436 is Recruit Marine Technician Electrical Andrew Stanford. Recruit Stanford enlisted from Brisbane in Queensland, and after graduating today will remain at HMAS Cerberus to undertake his category training. Thank you, Gregory and Jan, and congratulations once again, Recruit Stanford. I would now like to invite the Reviewing Officer, Rear Admiral Letitia Van Stralen, AM CSE REN, and Commander Terence Makins, REN, retired, Governor of the Shrine of Remembrance, to present the Recruit of the Intake. This recruit impressed staff through their exemplary performance and outstanding attitude during their training. They were noted by their instructors for consistent performance throughout their time at Recruit School, where they showed teamwork, initiative and leadership in all aspects of their training. They consistently demonstrate a positive attitude, actively engage in all components to the best of their abilities. During their time at Recruit School, this recruit has continually upheld ADF values and behaviours and will make an enormous contribution to any ship or establishment in which they serve. The recruit of the intake for GE 436 is Recruit Aircraft Technician Mackenzie Boundy. Congratulations on your second award, Recruit Boundy. It is clearly evident that you've applied yourself to all aspects of naval life and have been a true role model for your oppos. Thank you, ma'am and Terry, and congratulations once again on your second award, Recruit Boundy. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the award presentations, and it is now time for the final formality of the day. The recruit instructor is responsible for making sure their recruits have met the required standard to be sailors in the Royal Australian Navy, and they personally instruct them from the moment they get off the bus through the 10 weeks of demanding training to reach this moment today. It is only fitting that the instructors personally congratulate their recruits and hand them their graduation certificate before Rogers Division are dismissed for the final time as recruits. Before the Divisional Officer for Rogers Division, Lieutenant Georgia Forden, REN, takes the dais to farewell the recruits, I would like to now invite Recruit School Chaplain Matt Campbell, REN, to the dais for a blessing.
Recruits go home. Recruits go off cap. Recruits go stand at A. Recruits Recruits School, stand easy.
Rogers Division, let me add my very warm congratulations on your graduation today. It's been a privilege to share some of this journey with you and see you grow and develop in so many ways as individuals and as a team over the last 10 weeks. Today you become sailors in our Royal Australian Navy, ambassadors, warfighters, and humanitarians. And I use that last word deliberately. You don't need to be deployed on flood recovery or a cyclone-affected region in the Pacific to be a humanitarian. Humanitarians are those concerned with the well-being and the flourishing of others. That job begins here, and it begins now. Every single one of us, every member of the human family, friend or foe, is unique, with different backgrounds, successes and failures, joys and struggles. They have different skills and abilities, some rich and some poor, some easy to like and some not so much, but each with something to offer the world and each with inherent dignity and worth. Diversity isn't about political correctness or tokenism. Diversity, by definition, makes us better and it makes us stronger. It's now your privilege and your responsibility to uphold and defend these human rights and fundamental freedoms without discrimination of any kind. It won't always feel or be easy, but nothing worth doing ever is. When you need help, when you need reminding, when you need inspiration, you can't go past our defence values. Service, the selflessness of character that sees us put the needs and interests of others ahead of our own. Courage, the strength of character to do and say the right thing in the face of adversity. Respect, the humanity of character to value others and treat them with dignity. Integrity, the consistency of character to align your thoughts and deeds to do the right thing. And excellence, the willingness of character to strive to be your best each and every day. Live these out personally and professionally, and they will hold your course steady no matter the weather. Let me now pray this blessing from my Christian tradition as you graduate and begin your own journeys in our Navy. May God bless you with discomfort. Discomfort at easy answers, half-truths, and superficial relationships, so that you might live deep within your heart. May God bless you with anger. Anger at injustice, oppression, and the exploitation of people, so that you might work for freedom, justice, and peace. May God bless you with tears. Tears to shed for those who suffer pain, rejection, hunger, and war, so that you might reach out your hand to comfort them and help turn their pain into joy. And may God bless you with foolishness. Enough foolishness to believe that you can make a difference in our world, so that you can do what others claim cannot be done. May the God who created the oceans we sail and the stars by which we navigate make you strong in faith and love, defend you on every side, and guide you in all truth and peace. And may the blessing of God Almighty, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit be with you and with those you love this day and always. Amen.
Recruits go. Recruits go home. Recruits go on cap. Recruits go stand at A. Recruits go stand easy. Square away cap. Recruits go division home. Division, one place only, open order, march. Division, centre, yes. Division, eyes front, march on the presentation party.
Recruits of General Entry 436. You are and always will be a graduate of Rogers Division. 10 weeks ago, you made the decision to step outside your comfort zone and be a part of something bigger than yourself. For that decision alone, you should be immensely proud of yourselves. You stepped off the bus with nerves, uncertainty, and in dire need of a haircut. Despite all this, you chose to leave behind your homes, your loved ones, and begin a journey like no other. A career in the Navy offers limitless opportunities, from serving on global fronts to safeguarding our homeland here in Australia, defending our nation and its interests. Throughout your time at recruit school, I've emphasised that your dedication and effort will directly shape your Navy experience. The Navy will provide you with countless opportunities, but it is your determination and commitment that will propel you forward. As you progress in your careers, you will face challenges that will test your resolve. Remember, you are not alone. You have become part of a new family, an organisation that values camaraderie and looking out for one another. In times of adversity, reflect on the legacy of Buck Rogers, whose sacrifices and unwavering dignity in the face of challenges continue to inspire. Like Buck, you have each embarked on a journey that will shape your character and influence the rest of your life. Your class namesake is a reminder of the service and dedication of Jonathan Buck Rogers and pays respects to the ships he served on, before making the ultimate sacrifice for his shipmates and his nation. They were HMAS Anzac, led by leading seaman Kate Murphy; HMAS Voyager, led by leading seaman Nicholas McEwen; HMAS Parramatta, led by leading seaman Corey Dudley; HMAS Tobruk, led by leading seaman Mason Bridgeville Gavin; HMAS Junee, led by leading seaman Katura Lazaro; HMAS Burdekin, led by leading seaman Ruben Villas. Together, Rogers Division, you have transformed GE 436 into what it is today, earning the honour to proudly wear Australia on your shoulders. This privilege carries immense responsibility, but do not fear, for you are not alone. Draw strength to carry this burden from the spirit of those who serve before you and those who stand beside you. General Entry 436, you represent the future of our Navy. You are entrusted with upholding the esteemed reputations and tie-honoured traditions of our predecessors. This legacy is now in your hands, and your commitment will shape the path ahead for generations to come. Continue through your careers and shape your pathways, always living by the Rogers motto, with dignity and honour. Rogers Division, you will now be dismissed for the final time as recruits. Congratulations. Parade Commander.
Division, home! Division, one pace only, close order, march! Division, right, dress! Division, eyes front!
Rogers Division reforms request permission to dismiss them for the final time as recruits. Aye, aye, sir.
Rogers Division, to the front, salute! Rogers Division, GE 436, for the final time as recruits, dismissed!